What's going on YouTube? Geosnow right here. Today we're discussing some issues with sideloading on iOS, and this comes directly from Apple. Now, most of these sideloading applications are currently affected by this, and it's actually the second time this happens, but this time the wave is actually a more major wave of revokes, and this is, as I said, coming directly from Apple. It's an initiative from Apple to try to get rid of all these devices that are sideloading and using developer certificates to install applications outside of the App Store. So this might affect you directly. Now, this does affect Flex Store, it does affect Ksign and Feather, and of course, even if you're using Alt Store or Sideloadly, as long as you're using a shared developer certificate and not your own personal certificate that you bought from Apple, this might affect you too. Even if you use yours that you bought, Apple can still flag that and they can still detect the fact that you're sideloading commercial applications, and it will get rid of that and ban your device. Now, the people at Flex Store posted a lot of information about how this works. According to their research, once Apple flags that, they set a flag for all devices linked to that account. So for example, if you have paid for your device to be linked to a developer account so that you can do sideloading, and that account is flagged by Apple, which happened, and it's now apparently a big wave of those revokes, Apple will set a flag for all those devices, and that flag apparently is tied to the device, and it does not disappear when you register it under a new account or service. So if you migrate from Flex Store to a completely different service, buy a certificate and register your device, that's not going to change how that works. You will still have the flag on the device. And apparently, according to Flex Store, the flag lowers the device's reputation, and it can increase the activation time in a new account, and a higher share of these devices in a new account can lower the account's rating, and it raises the risk of the subsequent revokes, which means that if, for example, they create a brand new account right now and they sign everybody back in, they give you new accounts, that would essentially nuke the new account too, because it would be full of those flagged devices. So what we need right now in this case is patience. They are rebuilding, at least Flex Store is rebuilding their system of signing, and they will slowly re-register those devices, but right now all services are affected, which means that migrating from one to another will just create even more revokes. So for now, if you are indeed affected by one of these issues, there's not much you can do. There is a big wave going on right now, and it started back when iOS 26 got released. Like a month or so ago, they started doing this revokes for sideloading applications, especially those that give you a certificate like Flex Store does. They started cracking down on those accounts quite a lot, and this is the second wave they have been doing. Now, what you can do for now while you wait for these services to be fixed, you can use things like Ksign, for example, or other services that allow you to provide your own certificate. Even Flex Store does that, and you can use your own Apple developer certificate. While that's not without risk, it will help to get your applications back on track for a while. Or you can use free developer account. You can use it with Sideloadly, Alt Store, and that way you can sign every 7 days. Those are not usually affected because those are highly limited. They only last like 7 days, and then you have to re-sign the app. Apple seems to be more interested in cracking down the ones that are used in products like Flex Store and so on, which are available for like a year, those paid developer accounts that you have to buy a certificate for. Anyway, this is currently happening. If you are affected by this, if you see your sideloaded applications suddenly stop working, this is the main issue. Anyway, I will let you know once they have a fix for this. This video was brought to you by Rayboot. If you want to downgrade or upgrade to iOS 26, iOS 18, you can do so easily directly from the application, fix over 150 iOS issues, backup and restore your device, and even reset it. Definitely check the program out in the link below. Thank you for watching. I am Geosnow. Till the next time, subscribe to stay updated, and peace out.